Have you ever wondered about the old leadership versus management debate? Have you ever wondered if there was a missing element that would solve this kind of quandary? Hello, my name is Trevor McAlpine, and I'm from Synergetic Management. And I'd like to thank you for coming to this video and spending a few minutes watching it. I know there's plenty you could be doing with your time right now. This video, Leadership versus Management, the missing coaching competency, is only going to be a few minutes, and I'm not going to repeat everything in the article. You can read that on your own. What you will learn today, though, is how the leadership versus management false dichotomy is exactly the kind of problem, that long-standing, difficult, intractable problem that permits, or invites, I should say, the use of creativity to resolve it. If you have challenges in your organization that are persistent, that are durable, that will not resolve and will not go away, you may be the candidate for that kind of problem solving. You will also learn how the coaching competency mixed with leadership and management provide a synergy that is a better picture of reality and much more effective when you look at making organizational changes and improvements. Let me explain. Leadership versus management has been around for a long time. That debate has no seemingly quick solution. Management has tended to be stuck in the realm of things. Now, the things may be tangible physical assets, such as doing an inventory count, making sure everyone's there on time. Or they may be intangible assets. Those could be your patents, your company reputation. Whatever it is, whether it's dealing with budgets or whether it's dealing with the quote-unquote intangibles in terms of goodwill on a balance sheet, those are essentially open to management rules, generally more hard and fast with right and wrong answers. They tend to be labeled under the big category of things. Leadership, in contrast, deals with setting direction, strategic decisioning, motivating, inspiring towards goals. But because leadership deals with something that affects people, everyone tends to assume that all people-related issues dump into leadership. So you've heard things like how I was a leader on my team and helped them move forward and I helped them find answers, or I was a leader on my team and we resolved this problem. There may have been leadership associated, yes. But I believe what they were really talking about was a coaching competency. The third element that helps explain what's missing between leadership and management. We'll leave leadership to look at the direction, setting paradigms, changing paradigms, merging paradigms together, especially if two companies or two organizations are merging. That requires leadership and direction setting. It's a very, very distinct set of competencies. But when it comes to one-on-one interactions, one-on-few interactions like a team, sometimes even one-on-many when there is difficult times and the challenges in the organization and there's grumblings on the floor, that is a different set of competencies aside from leadership. And to call it leadership is to do leadership a disservice, because you can't make leadership infinitely large. But it has to do with coaching. Now, I'm not talking about the Lou Gossett Jr., I'm going to coach you until you get it right, when he was acting an officer and a gentleman as a sergeant, drill sergeant, to work on a whole bunch of new recruits. That's very directive coaching. The same for sports coaching. I'm talking about non-directive coaching, which permits the creativity of those being coached to come out, permits them to solve their own challenges and problems, where the coach, in this case whether it's a professional coach, a real, true, hired from the outside coach, or a manager, or sometimes even a coworker, can sit down and reflect back what that person is feeling, what they're seeing and understanding of the challenges around them, and permit them to get a better picture of where they really stand. And as you do that, this is the incredible part, you permit them to be creative without even using the word creative. So you don't even have to bring that word up, but they start solving their own challenges and problems. I mean, sure, you can bring in expert knowledge if it's necessary. Don't say no to that. But so many solutions actually are to be found on the shop floor if it affects those on the shop floor. I've seen it countless times over more than a decade of interventions in organizations, as diverse from sawmills all the way through to nuclear power plants. The answer is to be found there, but it's not obvious. And if you do the right things, you can get the answer to pop out very quickly. And it's effective, it addresses the challenges, and any problems in implementation can be resolved with the same kind of creative process. In the article, I also talk about leadership trust. Have you ever wondered about the trust gap between leaders and those below them? As we call them, executives, let's just say, and those below them. And the funny thing is, executives get exasperated that those below them don't always believe them, when they themselves, when they were going up through the ranks, didn't always believe what was being told to them. The missing gap there, the trust gap, gets resolved when coaching techniques are applied properly and the paradigm gets instilled throughout the organization. I trust you to make good decisions. I trust you to be able to solve this on your own. I'm willing to spend the time and energy to help you solve this on your own. Now, there's a whole discussion about the kind of problems and the best ways to do it and how to implement it, and there's a million things we can talk about. I won't take the time here. You just need to know one thing. If you add non-directive coaching with the eye to understanding how creativity actually is used in a rigorous problem-solving process, those two permit you to have a group competency I call coaching, which is very synergetic with leadership and management. And as you develop it, magic happens throughout the organization. But it's not magic. It's just permitting those around you to do their job that much better. And then you can focus the organization in the direction it needs to go. Present problems as challenges. Invite the solutions to come from all levels where they need to. And I can guarantee you, you will be stunned at the level of success, the speed at which it happens, and the longevity of the process. Give us a call. You'll see what I mean. In the meantime, take care, and I'll see you on the next video blog.